Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today is my first video that I'm gonna record in my home studio, and it is for me to help much of a lot of you to be in God's purpose. So I was reading the Bible, and I was asking a friend about certain things. She told me something, and for some reason God is telling me to share this video to you guys. My title today is The Love of God / Living in His Purpose. In John chapter 15, it talks about the real vine. But what is a vine? It's not the app you have on your phone that you just record the video. A vine in the dictionary described as any plant having a long slender stem and that trails or creeps. For example, a grapefruit. Okay, but I'm gonna read the John chapter 15. I'm gonna skip it though. From the first verse, it says, I am the real vine, and my Father is the gardener. He breaks off every branches in me that does not bear fruit, and he prunes every branch that does bear fruit, so that it will be clean and bear more fruits, so that it will, you have been made clean already by the teaching I have given you. Remain united to me, and I will remain united to you. A branch cannot bear fruit by itself. It can do so only if it remains in the vine. In the same way, you cannot bear fruit unless you remain in me. I am the vine, and you are the branches. Those who remain in me and I in them will bear much fruit, for you can do nothing without me. I'm gonna skip to 11 and say, I have told you this so that my joy may be in you, and that your joy may be complete. My commandment is this: you love one another just as I love you. The greatest love you can have for your friends is to give your life to them. And you are my friends if you do what I command you. If you do what I command you. I do not call you servant any longer, because servants do not know what their master is doing. Instead, I call you friends, because I have told you everything I've heard from my Father. You did not choose me, I chose you, and appointed to you to go and bear much fruit, the kind of fruit that endures. And so the Father will give you whatever you ask of him in my name. This is what I command you: love one another. Okay, now Jesus asked us to love one another. Before I elaborate on this, I want to tell you that I have asked my friend, I'm like, how come you be so wise? You're trying to live in God's purpose by doing everything He asked you to do, but you fail to be in His purpose. She then took an example of work. Okay, you you are at work and you were hired to do something else, but you decided to do anything else but what you were asked to do. The example was really clear to me. She told me, what if you were hired at a hotel to be a front desk agent? Besides doing your job, you did everything else. You help housekeeping, you help engineering, you help name whatever there is at a hotel, but yours. How will your manager feel? They probably will feel very happy that you helped the hotel and in any other aspect, but you did not do what you were told. She then told me, who is your manager? Said, God is. Said, then this is what I'm telling you. Then I decided to read John 15 because I try to read my Bible as a daily thing. It talks to me about the love of God for us, and then I connected to the purpose. What is your purpose today? I found my purpose just a few days, well, a long time ago, but I was out of God's will. God is the vine, and I am one of his branch. I wasn't bearing fruit. So then I was dead and I was drying up. It took me a while to get back to my purpose. Living in God's purpose is really important, because if you're not doing your job, he will let you go. You die and dry up. Just as if you were at work, you did everything but your job, your manager will let you go. And he talks about love. I command you to love one another. Do you love your neighbor? That's for you to answer. And I want you to think, what are you doing in your community? Are you helping your neighbor to grow, or are you trying to keep him down? I have always done help anybody next to me. Whatever they ask me to do, I try to go out of my way. But what is God telling me to do? I was really out of it because I wasn't hearing his voice when he talks to me, because I neglected him so much. I was dried up. I wasn't his purpose. But this video today is for me to start doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And I ask you, are you living in his purpose? Are you living in his will? Whatever God has for you, it has to happen. You have to do it. Otherwise, you will be shaken. Shaken so much if you do not listen to his voice, if you do not repent. Real life story that happened to me, and it wasn't great. It wasn't nice, because I was living outside of his purpose. I am somebody just like you. But God gave me something to do. He gave me something to tell you. This is my purpose, to elaborate in his word, to grow and to teach you, to help you grow as well. It says, many are called, but very few are chosen. I was told, and I felt it, I am one of the chosen, and I have to do my job. I'm gonna leave you guys with this. I really hope I touched one heart. I pray to God that I did. Because living in His purpose is really important. Your job is to think and to pray to God. What is your purpose if you're not living His purpose yet? And if you're living in His purpose, I pray to God and I encourage you to keep doing your job. Because when He comes back, He's gonna ask you, what did you do? And you're gonna have to answer. There's no excuses. I have given a lot of excuses for my work. I was not ambitious enough a lot of times, but I can't look at this and say, I wasn't doing it because of so. I had to repent. Just like Jonah, he told him to do search, to go to one city. He went to another. And he was, the big fish swallowed him. He repented after 3 days, if I'm not mistaken. Then he had to go where God told him. So I want you to think, and I want you to pray for God to guide you to your purpose. If your life is shaky, maybe you are out of it. You are out of it. And you gotta find your purpose. This is all I have to share to you today. And see you guys in the next section. Thank you.